For the last few years I've been on the search for some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures, and I could never really find any figures that were really suited to me. Growing up I was always a animated show fan and really loved the design of those characters there, and just didn't really feel like there was any easy to access figures that fit that theme and fit that style. Lately I've been on an S.H.Figuarts binge and thought, hey, those guys have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures that do look very much like the animated characters, so why not give them a go? So let's see if this Leonardo and Raphael scratch that TMNT itch that I've been having.
Hello guys, Adam here from Not Toys Action Figures, bringing you another action figure review, and this week we have something a little bit different. We have the S.H.Figuarts Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Leonardo and Raphael. And yes, I have been on a bit of an S.H.Figuarts hit the last couple of weeks. I've opened up quite a few figures, but this is the first time in a while, other than, well, first time ever I think actually, that I haven't opened up a Pokemon or a Dragon Ball figure. I am opening up these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all the way back from 2016, so not as old as some of the Power Rangers that we've opened up recently, but yeah, I've been looking for my perfect Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures, and I mostly grew up, well, I grew up in the 90s, and I mostly grew up with the animated series. Like, I had one VHS of the animated series, which I just used to watch religiously. That was more or less the only experience I had with Teenage Mutant, dear God, why is it so hard to say? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And yeah, I just really like how these ones look, or at least look on the outside of the packaging. And I got these two for a good price, so let's get them out of the box. So you may have noticed that this is missing. It was also missing on Leonardo. It does come as a separate piece, but it is very, very flimsy and does not like to stay in, at least on Leonardo. Let's see how it is with Raphael later on. And here are Leo and Raph out of the box, in the back of the box poses. And man, am I excited to get into these figures. These guys look absolutely awesome. They are really like the perfect sort of version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I really want, and like that I want on a shelf. And they just feel so solid. Like, it's hard to explain just how different they feel to the Power Rangers figures that I've been opening up. Like, they're just chunky. Their arms and legs almost feel like metallic in a way that they how they move. Like, they just feel so much more secure and less flimsy than the Power Ranger figures that I've been opening. And I mean, yeah, the Power Ranger figures are slightly older, but not that much older. But these guys just, yeah, they just look awesome. I just love this stance here. You'll notice that Raph there has a kind of regular face and Leo has an angry face. They do have different heads to swap out, and yeah, just like this, they already look awesome. So let's get them in another pose. And here we have Leo and Raph in another pose there, and again, these figures look awesome. I'll be playing some clips of them out in the garden where they just look fantastic in the sun. I just love how bright and vibrant they are, but also just how simple their design is. Like, just the greens, the white of the eyes, the black pupils, the red, the blue. They're just such great designs for characters, and in this kind of S.H.Figuarts very clean art style, they look fantastic. So yeah, very, very happy I picked up these figures. So let's maybe go through their articulation next. Okay then, since he's the leader, let's go through Leo's articulation. I'm assuming, or I'm pretty certain that the two figures they have the same articulation. And we'll also have a look at some of his paint apps and his sculpts, just give you guys a closer look at the figure itself. And yeah, like I said, it feels very different to other S.H.Figuarts that I've reviewed in the past. Like, it's not, I mean, it is 10 years old, 2016, right? He came out. So it's not like the very old sort of articulation from the Power Rangers from like 2012, I should say, 2013. And you can see by his design, he's a much bigger character. He's muscular, he has the shell, and you can really feel that in his joints. Like, his joints feel solid. Like, they feel like wherever you kind of put him in, he will stay in it, even if it's sort of like raising his legs up, and like there's no wobbliness to him. He's just a solid turtle, which, as you know,
person who likes posing action figures and taking photos of them, is perfect because it's just so easy to just sit him down. He stands because he has these huge feet, and he just sort of looks great in whatever pose you put in him, just because it's such a dynamic looking figure and because it's such a great design. But if we go on to his articulation, yeah, let's go through it. I'll take the swords out of his hands just so they're not waving around. Oop, there goes the the back of the bandana. Like I said, this bandana piece, if we start here with the articulation, it does have a plug on it that plugs into the back of his head, and there are 2 heads with each of these characters. I don't know, I guess I do know why they did this. It's easy to pack it in the box if you make it removable. The problem is it falls out all of the time. When I first saw it, I thought, oh, that's cool, it's posable, but it's not really. It's literally just a plug that goes in that doesn't stick very well, unfortunately. It's already fallen off twice in the garden, so it's one I'm gonna have to be very careful about, because it's the same with Raph. It's just the design of these characters, or the design of these action figures, I guess, that this just pops off very easily. But if we go through his articulation and we look at his head, he does have some decent look up there. The shell is far enough down that his head can get quite far up. He has some very good look down. You can see here his neck is also articulated, and it means he gets a good range of motion. So some of the best, there he goes, some of the best articulation in the head I've seen in a while. He does get quite a little bit of tilt and swivel, you know, he can go all the way around. His head does feel a bit loose actually compared to the rest of him. This might just be age, and because it is a swappable head, as far as I know, you just pop off the head. Whoop. You just pop off the head, and you can see that it's kind of like a, not quite a mushroom peg, but it's almost like a ball joint into the peg here in the neck, and then another ball joint down here into the torso. And you can see the torso has quite a big cut there, so that's why his neck can get so far forward, and obviously it can't get too far back because of that there. And just for the sake of showing you guys it up close, the head should just pop on quite nicely. Yeah, it does. There was no audible click there, but the other head pops on. Again, this is missing. Maybe it fits in better here. I did buy these figures second hand, and I can tell that this was the head that the previous owner used least, because it's a lot less dusty than the original one. This head looks like almost brand new, like it's never been used at all. Actually, it looks completely clean. But he also just comes with like a blank face. Then we have the arms and the shoulders, and the shoulders you can see go really high. It's a nice angle there. They go all the way around. They do go all the way around. Interesting. They should go all the way around. This one does go all the way around. It's very slow, but it does. And this one, for whatever reason, does not. Wow, okay, now it does. You just got to kind of maneuver it out of the way of the shell here. You can see it is on a sort of butterfly joint there, so it does go quite far forward, and I like that there is this sort of this plastic thing here extending it out so it doesn't break up the silhouette from behind too much. And yeah, it's quite an interesting shoulder joint. Like S.H.Figuarts, we've talked about it before with the Power Rangers ones, they have interesting shoulders. These also have interesting shoulders. I prefer what these do, but you can probably hear it. This one is very tight, and so is this one. So I guess that's just maybe because there's a lot of this articulation compressed into this very small area between these two shells. But like I said, it is pretty solid. You do have to be very careful, obviously. Especially since these are older figures. I don't want to snap anything, but you can get him up to where you want him, and it, like I said, it does go out quite far. That's it, another piece of him that's fallen off there. So he is falling apart, but it's not in a bad way. It's not in a way that I'm worried about. Then yeah, if we move down the arm, he has a bicep swivel. He has double jointed elbows, which go this far. Sorry if the lighting has been weird on my phone. It looks like it's almost like flashing in the camera, but I don't know why. Then there is no swivel on the lower arm, but there is swivel on the hand. It's almost on like a ball with a pin facing forward, so you can kind of move it wherever you want. And it also has side to side rocking depending on which direction the arm faces. The torso, there is no movement in the torso, obviously because of the design. Like I said, there are these two shell pieces trapped together. The shell does have a little bit of wiggle, but I don't think it's supposed to have too much wiggle, because obviously, like I said, the design is all kind of jumbled together, like this shell is pressed against his actual torso. This thing here is the back of the shell. It's his holster, and let me just see how you're supposed to repair this.
So yeah, these go together like this, and then this is a removable piece, so you can decide either to have the katana holster in like this if you want to, or there is this flat piece here that also goes in if you don't want him to hold the katanas. And the katanas, as you can see here, they slide in nicely here. And from some of the action shots before, you can see he can actually reach over his shoulder and sort of pull the katana out. Obviously, you probably can't reach all the way down here, and this does seem quite dangerous for moving around. But it's cool that you can store the katanas on him if you want, but I'll probably have him holding them. Also just here again, like just going down, there's no real paint shades. Just looking at his paint, like it's all very just block colors. You know, one shade of green, one shade of yellow, one shade of brown. This silver here is very nicely printed, and it just has a little bit of a darker silver on the L to make it stand out. I just love this design though, because it just looks so clean. On the back as well, it might look like there are different shades of color, but it's not. It's because it's kind of reflective. It's almost like a glossy finish on the top of the shell here, which is reflecting the light, but it gives it a nice feeling that there are highlights to the shell, which is cool, but there isn't any. And yeah, going back to his articulation, his leg does come up quite far here. You do have to push it out of the way of the shell, but it does come up quite far. Again, this leg feels so sturdy. It has a swivel up at the top there. I wouldn't say it's a thigh swivel, it's more a hip, like the ball out into the hip lets it swivel. He also has double jointed knees that go back. The knees are interesting. There is this knee pad part that is a separate piece, so it's not actually sculpted in, and I don't think it's pegged in. And ideally what you would want is that piece would shift down or up so that you can get a bit more in, which you can. It goes to 90 there, but that's about as far as it's going to go without putting too much strain on the knee pad. There is no swivel on the lower foot, but there is obviously a lot of movement on the foot here. It tilts backwards and forwards, it rocks, and then there is a toe joint. And like I said, I just really like this design, and I just like how solid it feels. Yes, the head does feel a little bit wobbly, and it's not, you know, there are definitely some sort of issues with the articulation just because of the design of the character, but I just love that it's easy to place down on a table or a flat surface, put into some kind of pose, and just go from there. As someone who does reviews or, you know, takes photos of action figures, that's exactly what you want. You don't want stuff just being floppy and falling over. And yeah, really like him. Then we have Raph, and I'll just go over Raph quickly because yeah, it's the same articulation. He feels great. I actually think he does feel sturdier than Leo, which is nice. He has his basic head on, but you can also pop that off. Same joint. And then Raph's second face, oops, I knocked him over. I actually prefer this to Leo's. Leo's has a bit more of a stranger mouth, like a grimace, and his is more of a shout. But I do really like Raph's, whoop, I keep dropping everything today. Raph's shouting face, yeah, it fits his character, it looks fantastic. And yeah, he also has the things at the back here for the side to go in. The sides slip out easily. They fit in the back here and look fantastic. And yeah, I'll show off some of his other accessories in a minute. But yeah, it's just a nice overall figure. I do really like them both. I love that they, you know, you can store their weapons on them, which is really cool. I love just how sturdy they feel, how easy they are to stand up and pose, just how smooth and clean their design is. These are really nice figures. So let's put them in some more poses. And here are the brothers in another pose, showing off some of their accessories. You can see there, Raph has a ninja star and kind of like a ninja throwing dagger. And yeah, you can see here, Leo for some reason has a sewer cover. Like, I know they live in the sewers, but his accessories are very limited compared to Raph's, and compared to some of the other two turtles. I know, like not Leo, what's he called? Donatello, I think, has like a pizza slice, and I'm not sure what Mikey has. But the sewer cover feels very random. But you can see here, he also comes with like an open hand and a fist. So does Raphael. And again, yeah, they just look awesome together. I just really like these figures. Yeah, I'd love to know who your favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle is and which variation of them is your favorite, because there have been so many over the years, and they just seem to be getting more and more popular over the years as well, like with the release and what's it called, Mutant Mayhem movie. I reviewed a few of their toys a while ago, and people seem to really like them. That's why I was like, okay, I want to do a few more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reviews on the channel, but I just couldn't really find the figures that I wanted until I came across these and was like, yes, S.H.Figuarts Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the animation designs or the animated series designs, I have to get them. So yeah, they look fantastic. So let's put them in one more pose, and then I think we'll end the episode. Because I don't have Michelangelo or Donatello, I thought I would team up the two turtles with their Power Ranger counterparts, because they did cross over in a comic book, and also they crossed over in the Lightning Collection. And I never actually got the Lightning Collection figures of the turtle crossovers. And I remember as the Lightning Collection was ending, people couldn't like give them away. Like, they were so cheap to buy, and now they've gotten super expensive. So I wish I'd bought them. But yeah, I have the next best thing. I have the figures in the S.H.Figuarts line. We have the Red Ranger here, Jason. We have the Blue Ranger, which I recently reviewed. We have Leonardo, and we have Raph. And yeah, again, these figures, posing these two different types together, I got a real feeling for the just the differences in weight and sort of build quality between the two. Just obviously the designs, again, these guys are way skinnier and slimmer. These guys are big, chunky, and muscular. But you could really just plop Raphael down, and more or less some of the poses I was having to lean Jason against him because he was so kind of flimsy. Billy's a bit better. I think Jason, he's been in the same pose on my shelf for probably 3 years now. So that might be why. Billy's, I recently got him, so I've been moving him around. Jason hasn't moved much recently. But no, they all look fantastic here. And I lied, I do actually have Michelangelo. So yeah, I lied, I do have Michelangelo here. I already bought him. I'm excited to get him out of the box again, but I do not have Donatello. So I'm trying to find a Donatello. A Donatello for a reasonable price. So once I find one, I will do another review of Michelangelo and Donatello and get them all together with Raphael and Leonardo and get them posed up like this, and I cannot wait for it. So if you are a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. For some reason I want to say Teenage Mutant Ninja Heroes fan, that's weird. Yeah, do make sure you like the video and subscribe, because there will be more TMNT content on your way, and there is already some on the channel. Like I said, I checked out the Playmates Mutant Mayhem figures way back in the day when they released. I reviewed all 4 turtles and also Bebop and Rocksteady. So if that sounds interesting, go and check them out. I will add a link to their video in the end card. And yeah, if you enjoyed and you aren't necessarily a Teenage Mutant Ninja Heroes turtle, why do I keep saying heroes? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Don't know why I keep saying hero. But yeah, you should like the video as well and subscribe, and yeah, make sure you share it with your friends. Hit that bell button, leave me a comment which is your favorite turtle, and also leave me a comment which is your favorite Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Why the hell not? Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.